Hello Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys fans and welcome to Beta League number 6. We're going to try and continue a bit smoother than we did in the last Alpha League tournament, which was a sick tournament by the way. Like, let's not discredit that, let's just discredit me. But yeah, hopefully this one will go a lot smoother today. Sound appears to be working, everything appears to be working, so let's crack on. And welcome to what's turned out to be a very exciting series. And today we have one of the greatest battles that we are yet to see. And I'll introduce it when we get there because it's just too exciting. But for now, we're going to stick to Diddy Kong versus Incineroar. Now, I'm going to try and focus today on how these fighters have been doing in this series. And these two are actually very bad. So, Diddy Kong for the Shroom Dogs has only won 2 out of 7. Oh, lost 5. That'd be easy for me to remember. And Incineroar has lost 2, 1, 2, lost 5. So these guys are both on the same and not doing too well. So a win here could be crucial. And obviously these two are Ultimate Dream Team favourites. I say favourites, I'm pretty sure Diddy Kong is on 2 teams. 3 teams. The Round Dominators, Tenement Chilies and Boom. Makala. Adding on to that. And Incineroar's in loads of teams. He's in Staroids. He's in Magnum Condoms, the Man Dominators, and the Pit Crew. Like we said, Incineroar looked to be a good fighter, but hasn't done too well in this series as of yet. Now, the Beta League fighters have 3 chances now. 3 chances to try and save themselves. And considering most of the bottom half are Beta League fighters, they need to pull something out of the bag if they want to survive and see Series 3. Right, it's a very close game, but Incineroar is against it as Diddy Kong has picked up a Ditto, which basically replicates Diddy Kong's like moveset. And there is a special there. Diddy Kong's gone for it, but has missed. But Incineroar, who has the beastier attack, manages to KO Diddy Kong. And once upon a time, I'd have said that was a dead set. Not anymore. So Incineroar, 11 for 13, goes up to 40th. That's moving up 4 ranks. There's no surprise, you know that I can see that on my screen now. And Diddy Kong, 4 for 14, meaning that Diddy Kong goes 63rd and goes below Wolf. So not a good start for Diddy Kong, but great start for Incineroar. And next up, it's Rosalina and Numa from the Cosmo Vipers versus Isabelle from the Gun Tech. Now, as of the Ultimate Dream Team starting of the day, Benny P and the Karaoke Kings were 4 points ahead of Staroids, but Staroids with Incineroar have just got a win back. Also, Roib has 5 fighters and Benny P has 4, so a bit more of a chance here, Roib, to catch up, but we'll just see what happens. King K Rule Rules as well also has 5, so Rosie also has 5 fighters here. Unluckily for you guys, these guys are nowhere to be seen. No one has them in Ultimate Dream Team. But let's have a look at their team rank. And we start with the Vipers, who are 3rd at the moment. Moved up to 3rd as of last tournament. I've kept out all of like the Alpha League results there so I can see who's moving where over the 2 tournaments. Hopefully that'll be easy to understand when I post them on social media. But anyway, Isabelle looks to have won here, and she has, and needed that for the Gun Tech, who move up to 0. That's 0 as in wins and losses match, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, yeah. Isabelle, 13 for 13, moves up to 33rd, 33rd, obviously. And Rosalina, 10 for 14, so in 51st place now, which is pretty awful. Moves into relegation. Don't know if she was in it already. Can't remember. Next up is Ken from the Shroom Dogs, who obviously failed to get Diddy through. He says. Yes, Diddy is definitely a Shroom Dog. So yeah, Ken from the Shroom Dogs versus Richter from the Cosmo Vipers. And Richter, the winner of Beta League number 4. I missed what happened, but it appears that Ken is dead within record time. No one has Ken, so that's great news for all of the Richter fans, which is obviously Karaoke Kings, Benny P getting another win the Round Dominators with Richter. Oh, it's just you two. Oh no, Mega Drive as well. You've got Richter. Oh, Jimmy will need that. Been having a terrible Alpha League tournament, as most of you have. Please still watch it. It helps. Anyway, Richter, 11 for 4. Moves up to 11th. So Richter's on a blinder of a tourney. And Ken, 3 for 6. So he's 44th. It's not crazy damaging, as obviously he was only promoted this series and didn't fight in the last. So he should avoid relegation, but we'll see. Anyway, this is a bit of a Titan match, actually, which is Rob from the Red Robots versus King K. Rool Rules. No, King K. Rool. Oh, man. King K. Rool Rules is obviously one of our teams. And King K. Rool Rules, Rosie, has King K. Rool. As does all of our top 3 fighters, new Ultimate Dream Team fighters, teams, which is the Karaoke Kings, Star Roys, and King K. Rool Rules. So at the moment, E-tier wise, Richter was the best pick out of everyone who's been picked anyway, as he's had 11 wins, and Steve's had 10. So, good pick for everyone who picked Richter. Obviously, King K. Rool's an amazing pick and has 15 wins in total this series. And it's looking like he could get another here as he fights for the Cockadoodle Dudes, who, I forgot to mention, are obviously very close to the Red Robots. They're actually on joint points. So a win here for the Dudes will see them go first. Which is good for all the Dudes fans out there, which I believe is Wah and the Wonder Boys, I think. Rob has picked up an assist trophy, but isn't... Oh, I was going to say, isn't able to land it, but has landed it, so that's the end of that one. And the assist trophy does seem to be making life difficult for King K. Rool, and has helped Rob get his special, which he's landed, which means that King K. Rool is in trouble, which should see the Red Robots take the lead officially, as King K. Rool is out straight away. He's on 22 for 13, which puts him down to 8th, so that opportunity King K. Rool had being top in the Beta League to sort of make his way up the All-Star ranks has fallen a little bit, as he's now in 8th and is only 1 point clear of Kirby, so could miss out on getting All-Star thanks to that loss. As for Rob, he's having a good tournament, 16 for 12, he's now 20th. And I have not been doing my job properly, as I've not put in all these people, which is classic me really. Right, Wario from the Shroom Dogs versus Fox from the Cosmo Vipers. And Fox has beaten Wario before, and this is a good chance to get a win. However, Fox is 50th and Wario's 45th, so technically Wario's better, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's try and catch up, because I've slipped a little bit. So, Incineroar. Can't think where I said that he was. Richter is definitely 11th, because he's one of our top Beta League fighters. And Rob, who's now 20th, which I remember saying, so that's good. Right, back up to scratch. I was getting too carried away. There is a bit of a split with Fox and Wario in Ultimate Dream Teams, which you guys obviously would have already seen on the screen, but I will remind everyone that Star Roys and King K. Rools, you guys have a very similar team. Both have Wario and needing those points to gain on the Karaoke Kings. Anyone else have Wario? SP, you've got Wario as well. Just needing some wins. Need to get above 7th. That's the rule for you, my friend. And as for Fox, we've got the Wonder Boys, Boom Makalaka, and Wah. And it sucks for you guys. Oh man, I can sense your pain. Right, I don't control this, you know. Right, Wario, 11 for 13, gets a win for the Shroom Dogs. And puts him in quite a safe place in 42nd, whereas Fox is now in deep shit. He's in 52nd, and he's 1 point from safety, but there's obviously still a lot of fights to be had for poor old Fox. I thought Fox would have been better, you know. Lots of people use Fox. What a shame. Anyway, this is a classic, a match that I love because of the colour. You've got some your greens, your yellows, your blues, and your pinks. Awesome. Anyway, Toon Link versus Greninja. Toon Link, one of my favourite fighters, from Gorilla Limon versus Greninja, from Energy Source my team. So I've got to go for Greninja to win. Greninja being a differential in the pit crew. Rachel having a much better beta league last time. Again, not so much of a good alpha league, but not many people are having a good alpha league. Minus Jaff, I think. Jaff's having quite a good one. Anyway, Toon Link is doing well. He's also picked up an assist trophy, which is Knuckles. But also Greninja has picked up a star. Official name for it is... I need to learn these things. Superstar. They're called a Superstar, which, if you touch one of these, you'll be invincible for 10 seconds. Woot. And that is the official write-up for that. It says Woot. Because of that, Greninja deserves to die. And Greninja does die. Which, how's this going to do for ranking? Toon Link, 5 and 5. So Toon Link's having a pretty good tournament. Moves him up to 31st. And Greninja, who was 57th and already in trouble, is now 59th. Which is... Oh, it's still in D2 tier. So he's just got a long way to go and is in, like I said, some deep shit. As Toon Link beats Greninja again. And by doing so, puts himself in a very interesting spot in a Crystal League match against Wario. Which, if you haven't been following, Wario's on 3. So this could be a real crucial win for Wario here to get that 4th. Toon Link hasn't won any and has lost 3. So statistically, Toon Link isn't the best fighter going into Crystal League matches. So he could be in trouble against Wario there. Who, if young Link manages to get all the way through, could be in it for the long haul and could win the Citrine Crystal League this tourney. Let's not get our hopes up, because he's not even won the other match yet. And it counts on young Link from the Fossil Fuels beating Dark Samus from the Gumtech, he says. Young Link, who is struggling, very a big favourite character for the Ultimate Dream Team. I'm saying that Dark Samus is as well, so this is quite a mammoth match, and these two have never fought before, so this will help out quite a lot of people, whoever wins this. And at the moment, Dark Samus does seem to be winning, but that Pokemon has made life difficult for her. But she survived it, but it's helped young Link out quite a bit, but he's still against the ropes. He doesn't seem to be doing many good attacks here. So he's picked up a bomb, which could... Oh, he's missed. Oh, he's thrown a little boomerang. Okay, he's getting some combos in. Dark Samus, no, not finishing it yet. This is very on-edge stuff here. For all you, I can't say who's in what team because it's too close. Young Link is getting some attacks in there and is trying to fight back. Both these guys are vulnerable. Young Link picks up his final smash move, but was unable to land it as Dark Samus gets the win. So much for the Citrine League winner this tourney. I mean, it could still happen, but let's not get ahead of ourselves because that'll be in the final. Anyway, Dark Samus, 3 wins and 5 losses, moving up to 42nd. Whereas Young Link now is staring at relegation in the face as he has 6 wins to 14 losses and moves below Peach, who is yet to fight, obviously bear in mind, but we'll see what happens there. Anyway, this is the big fight I was speaking about. Roy the Boy, our worst fighter for the Red Robots versus Wolf. Technically our second worst fighter. Now Diddy Kong is there, but if Wolf loses this, he'll be our second worst fighter. However, no one has Wolf, and only Star Roy's has Roy. And I don't know about you guys, but it might be a red robot, but Roy the Boy to win this all day. If there was ever an opportunity, and he's beaten Wolf before, I don't know if I said that already, but I'm going to say it again. This is an opportunity now. Wolf is still yet to have a win. It's the only fighter to not win a single fight in Series 2. So luckily no one picked him. Okay, an assist trophy, which is some fat-off dragon. I really want to know the name of that dragon. But I can't see it. And I really want to focus on this fight. Boom! Screw the dragon. We'll find that out next time. Roy the Boy takes the win. Yes! Which is massive for Roy, as he is a differential. We don't want to forget that as well. And Wolf fails to win another fight. 3 for 14, and he moves down to 64th. Finally taking last place off of Roy the Boy, who's now 4 for 13 and is 62nd. So Roy the Boy has moved up 2 places. He's gone above Diddy Kong as well. This is it. This is the comeback moment. And who's he facing in the next round? Dark Samus. Easy. Easy fight. He says. Anyway, Roy the Boy through. That's great news. And we go on to a fight that I wish could be a lot better, which is Steve from the Cockadoodle Dudes versus Cloud from the Fossil Fuels. And Steve is having an amazing series too. He's a brand new fighter and is in 15th at the moment, whereas Cloud's having an absolute mare and is in 54th. And again, Ultimate Dream Team wise, these guys are popular. Like Steve is in Staroys, and in Tenement Chili's, Staroys 2 points away from Benny P's The Karaoke Kings. Roy needing this. However, Cloud is absolutely dominating at the moment. And a lot of people have Cloud because he's so cool. Mega Drive. Can't see anyone else. We Will Rock You. The Pit Crew and Boom Makalaka. Boom. Needing this as you've lost Diddy and Fox. And Cloud's fighting good, but Cloud is so frustrating to watch. And he is fighting really well. What's going to happen here to turn it all around? It doesn't matter. Cloud wins. Finally, Cloud wins. That's crazy. So Steve, with a costly loss there, 10 for 6, moves down to 19th. Whereas Cloud, 9 for 13, is now 51st, trying to make his way out of relegation. That one was for you, Jimmy. That one's good. Nice. Da-da-da. That was great to see. That got me all excited. Anyway, this match has happened a few times before. I'm going to see if I can find where. And that's Falco versus Jigglypuff. These guys, I'm sure, have fought in like the drafting and a few times in the league, but let's find out. Falco versus Jigglypuff. Oh no, they fought once. I was just getting hyped for no reason. They fought once and Falco won. I don't know why I had to search that. I've literally got that information there for me. And before I could explain anything else, Falco is out and Jigglypuff, the better Gorilla Limon at this stage, is through. Which is good for a couple of dream teams, but a couple of people have Falco as well, so we'll get to that later. Falco, 8 for 14, that's bad. 57th. Not looking good for Fox, Falco and Wolf. Bit of a mare with the Star Fox games. And Jigglypuff, 8 for 13, which moves Jigglypuff up to 55th, which is, it's not above Cloud, but faces Cloud in the next round, so that's going to be another real crucial game. Cloud's actually moved up 3 spaces at the moment, so go Cloud. Next up is last time's winner, Pyra and Mithra for the Fossil Fuels versus Peach, one of this series' worst fighters. I believe Peach has only won once. Yeah, Peach has only won once. That's awful. Obviously Pyra's won the tournament, so the favourite here is the Fossil Fuel over the Cosmo Vipers, who are the two teams who have fought each other the most, I believe. They fought each other 42 times and it's split 21-21, so this could go either way, except for the fact that Peach is notoriously rubbish. And this is a great match because this is like sister-in-laws. This is Molly versus Rachel. Rachel definitely the favourite, I'm afraid, Miles. This is the case of most of the fighters in your team. Okay, Peach getting an attack in there. Peach must be down there, pretty low. Yeah, she's 60th. So she's the one who went above Young Link, but that's only because she hadn't fought yet. And at the moment, it's not really going that well for her, except for the fact she's alive. I'll be super shocked if Pyra Mithra lose this. Super shocked. But crazy things have happened, especially when a Jinx is at the helm. Not today. That was a given. Pyra Mithra win, and Peach loses again. Peach deserves to be relegated at this stage. Goes back to 61st, leaving gap for Roy the Boy to take over. This could be epic. Anyway, Pyromithra carrying on winning ways. 10 wins to 4 and moves to 13th. That's pretty OP, if you ask me. I forgot to put Jigglypuff in. Jigglypuff 55th. Let's go Pyra. And this should be another easy win for Pyromithra. Love to jinx it. Whoever gets through here, and that's Lucas, who's ranked in 56th for the Shroom Dogs, and Corin, who's ranked 54th for the Energy Source. Corin, who also is in the pit crew, and the Randominators as well. But SP needing a win here, and no one likes Lucas. I'm always against Lucas. Nothing changes. So let's go Corin. And obviously Corin's an Energy Source fighter, so... And the Source have no one through at the moment. I mean, we've only had one fighter, but still. Corin's picked up a Pokemon, which is... Should I give it a name? Should I try and find what it is? It might begin with D. Dedeen. Dedeen. Yeah, I said it right the first time. Dedeen jumps and creates a rotating field of electricity around its body. Smoother on the facts today, baby. Yeah, I was just checking if my microphone was working, which it is. So, hopefully, smooth sailing, he says. Anyway, Lucas has picked up something that put his health all the way back down to almost 0, which is real shitty for Corin, who's on quite a high percentage now and was in the driver's seat until now. Absolute robbery. Come on, Corin. Put it out of the bag. Get that final smash. Oh, Lucas is going to get it, I hate to see it. No, Corin's back in the game. Corin is definitely fighting better. Has picked up a final smash, and there's a hammer there as well. Uses the final smash, misses, but it's still pick up that hammer. Okay, Corin's picked up a hammer, which means thank God for that, and well done to Corin, because she was well against the ropes there and manages to get a rare win. This series, what we're saying for Corin, only won twice. So that is big. And where does that put Corin? 9 for 13, up to 50th. A couple of those bottom fighters are doing a lot better this tournament. Except for Lucas, who's going further down. 8 for 14, 58th. Puts Lucas in D2 tier. Hate to see it. And an Energy Source fighter through. Yeah. Against Pyromithra, but still, I don't care. Anyway, what's the word? Inevitable Solid Snake, who fails to find anyone in the Emerald League, and he's on 4 wins, and he cannot seem to land Cloud, Ken, or Corin. But Cloud and Corin are through, so if Snake gets through to the semi-finals, he could face one of them. But Snake for the Red Robots is a bit of a jinx, and has lost to Wii Fit Trainer before from the Cockadoodle Dudes, who once again, this is first v second. And at the moment, the Red Robots are 4 points ahead of the Cockadoodle Dudes, so the Robots who have no fans at the moment are the favourites to win Series 2. And at the moment, they feel like they're going to lose some points here because Snake is fighting as rubbish as always. I try and big Snake up, I try and give him the chance because I like him. But he is just not good enough. 13 for 13 for Wii Fit Trainer, and Snake is out. Which means, boom. You know I'm going to look straight at your team, my friend. Okay, you've got Cloud through. So you've just got Banjo and Kazooie left, who fight last, by the way. Well done to Wii Fit Trainer, who no one has. And is also going to help the Cockadoodle Dudes quite massively there, as I think she's the only dude that is through. She is the only dude that's through. And I think she's the weakest dude as well. King K. Rool, Steve, and Piranha Plant is yet to fight, but they're all higher up than Wii Fit Trainer. So, anyway, this is a Gumtech versus Gumtech fight, which is Mr. Game & Watch versus Lucina. Mr. Game & Watch, who at the moment is the best pick so far in D2. Again, for all the people who have picked him, there may be a fight that no one's picked who might be better, but from what I can see at the moment. But it doesn't matter how good you are, because you're out already, and Lucina wins, which is good for Jaff, and it's good for Jimmy. So, Lucina, Mr. Game & Watch, having a bit of a mare there, is looking to be relegated again as he's fallen 4 places and is in 56th. Whereas Lucina, 14 for 13 in the plus, goes up to 29th. That's great news for Lucina. Obviously the Gum Tech we're going to get through. We knew that was coming. Right. It's all going on. A couple of people moving up the ranks very quickly. And next up is Duck Hunt versus Pac-Man. So Duck Hunt for the Red Robots, who have 2 fighters through at the moment. Which makes a change because they usually have 4, but they have Snake, so it's never going to happen. And Pac-Man from the Energy Source, who have 1 of 2 fighters through, and have beaten Duck Hunt Duo before. And Duck Hunt is obviously on Mega Drive, and Mega Drive you've moved up 2 places. And Duck Hunt, Pac-Man, sorry, I believe is in When Life Gives You Lemons and Nippleback, and you guys have moved down 2 places. So there's a bit of a battle there between Chode and Jamie versus Jack and Jimmy. And so far, Chode and Jamie have the fighter who looks like they're going to win, and it's happened already. Pac-Man wins, which again, great for the Energy Source, terrible for Mega Drive, and sad times for the Red Robots, who are trying to keep a lead here. I've just lost a fighter as Duck Hunt goes down to 59th, whereas Pac-Man 17 for 13, and is actually one of the top fighters in the Beta League. So well done, Pac-Man. 2 for 0 against Duck Hunt as well, which is good to see. And our final fight of round 1 is Banjo and Kazooie, the last fighter for Boom Makalaka versus Piranha Plant, who no one has for the Cockadoodle Dudes, who has beaten Banjo before, I should add. And also Banjo is in another team, and that is We Will Rock You, Ash. And you were doing so good at one point, Ash. Like, I think he was looking at it thinking if you picked King K. Rool, you would have been top. But obviously, that's a lot of what ifs, my friend. But nevertheless, you do have Banjo, so it's worked out a dream, because Banjo, without even watching, is on 0% and has beaten Piranha Plant, who, I believe, was higher ranked. Yeah, only just though. Banjo's on 33, obviously, but isn't anymore as he's on 6 for 5 and moves up to 29th. Whereas Piranha Plant, 6 for 5 as well and goes down to 28th. So they was actually quite close to each other, but for me, I'd like to see an Energy Source fighter through, which is 3 that are through. Obviously, next fight will be Source versus Source, which is typical. Where does that put us? We're on, oh man. It's basically Energy Source versus Gorilla Limon at the bottom. -8 and -15. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, Incineroar versus Isabelle. So, Fossil Fuel versus Gumtech. And the Gumtech have actually overtaken the Shroom Dogs now. Which puts the Shroom Dogs in the bottom 3 again. The Dogs, Source and Limon being the 3 worst teams of last series and appearing to be the worst teams this series as well. Isabelle so far doing extremely well against Incineroar, who, let's have a reminder, who has Incineroar. The Pit Crew, the Randominators, Magnum Condoms and Staroids. And at the moment, Isabelle is thrashing. Absolutely thrashing Incineroar. I hate to see it because Isabelle sucks. Need some big moves here. But that, yeah, as soon as that green shell was picked up, I knew that was game. Ah, sorry guys. Incineroar is out. 11 for 14. 44th. Whereas Isabelle is 14 for 13. It's 31st. Hate seeing Isabelle do well. Did Isabelle come second in a tournament at one point? Yeah, Beta League 4 against Richter. Oh. And she could face Richter again in the next round, which obviously is a crystal match, and it was a crystal match in that final. But let's see how Richter faces something. Who cares? Richter gets on against Rob. So, Richter from the Cosmo Vipers, who are currently in 4th place and in need of wins. And obviously the Robots are still top by 2 points. But I don't want to see Rob win this. I want to see Richter win this. For all the Dream Teamers. who has Richter? Karaoke Kings, our first place team. Mega Drive, the Randominators. And that is all. But that's cool. At the moment, Richter is in the driving seat here, but it's pretty stalemate in the battles down here. There appears to be 2 final smashes. One of them is clearly fake. Who's going to get that one? Rob has got it. Rob appears to land it, which is robbery. Absolute robbery. Richter loses. 11 for 5 for Richter. That is so bad. Which means we miss out on a crystal match next round. As Rob, 17 for 12, moves up to 16. So that's huge for Rob. But bad news is those two, Rob and Isabel, are in no one's dream teams. So we're going to have definitely a no dream teamer in the semi-final. And next up is our crystal match, which is Wario versus Toon Link. So Wario from the Shroom Dogs and the last Shroom Dog through versus Toon Link from Gorilla Limon. And Dream Team. I'm pretty sure I've done Wario. Star Roy's, King K. Rool Rules, the Randominators versus who has Toon Link? When Life Gives You Lemons. And that's it. Wario fails to beat Toon Link after me saying he would definitely win. But that's good for Magnum Condoms and When Life Gives You Lemons. So Jamie and Jaff, congratulations. As Toon Link gets through. And I love Toon Link, so I'm happy for him. 6 to 5. And beats Wario, who, like I said, had a good opportunity to have 4 wins there. Wario, 11 for 14. Goes down to 45th. Crystal League. Let's add that. I think that's Wario's first loss. That is Wario's first loss. As he loses against Toon Link, who's now on the board. Congratulations, Toon Link. 28th. He's in 28th. I did say that out loud, but I didn't know if I addressed it to you guys, so Toon Link's 28th. And next up, Roy the Boy versus Dark Samus. Here we go. Interesting stuff. So, Red Robot, Roy the Boy, with the team who's in first place at the moment, versus Dark Samus for the Gun Tech, who are somewhere. And a lot of people have Dark Samus. I should read who has Dark Samus. King K. Rool Rules, Nippleback, Wah, the Wonder Boys, and Team Nuggets. All having Dark Samus, and only Roy having Roy the Boy. Obs. No one else picked him. Hopefully everyone picks him if he survives this time. But we'll see. So far, he is fighting a lot better. And better than Dark Samus, obviously. And the combos are coming in. The master has risen. Roy the Boy. Let's go. Let's go. 5 for 13. He's now 61st. Moved up 3 places as Dark Samus loses. Definitely the favourite there. 3 for 6 for Dark Samus. But Roy the Boy faces off against Toon Link in the next round. And who's happy about that? Because I think everyone should be bloody happy about that. If he wins, I'm bringing back the bit. That's all I'm saying. Let's not get ahead of myself though, as this game is really crucial. And that's Cloud from the Fossil Fuels, who's ranked in 52nd, versus Jigglypuff for Gorilla Limon, who's ranked 54th. Both popular Ultimate Dream Team fighters, and a much needed win for either of these fighters, as they both face relegation. I'm not going to say who I'm rooting for, as I do bring bad luck. So far, Cloud is winning. Has that little back shield thing that is called, I don't know, I'll find it. Cloud's going to win by the time I find it. Don't even know if it exists. Oh, it's called a back shield. I called it that, and that's its actual name. Pick this up and your back will be protected from attacks. A high amount of damage will destroy it though. News flash. As Cloud, who's picked up his final smash as well, and it's Omni Slash. This is so cool, and this is game over for Jigglypuff. This is awesome. This is a must as well, because on Saturday I'm going to London with my brother to watch the I think it's called the, I don't know what it's called, but basically it's a Final Fantasy concert that is the music of Nobu Uematsu, who does like Final Fantasy 7, I believe he does 8 as well. So I've been listening to a lot of Final Fantasy 7, and Cloud, back to winning ways, getting a bit of a buzz. So anyway, where does that put Cloud? As Jigglypuff moves down to 56th, and remember how I said how important that win was? Cloud moves up to 45th, which is out of relegation, which means he's above, because to be in relegation you have to be 49th or lower, so it puts him in F tier. Well done, Cloud, and well done to everyone who has Cloud, which is Boom Makalaka, my brother Jimmy. Shout outs to Jimmy. That's my 30th birthday present. Obviously I know that I look 14, but that's my 30th, which was a few months ago now. I was waiting for this. Anyway, back to business. Cloud, where you at? Yeah, that's helped out a few people. So, Jimmy, we will rock you, Ash. Rachel. Oh, Rachel, you've got Cloud as well. Totally oversaw that. Awesome. And obviously, Makawawi. Right, Pyromithra versus Corrin. Both fighters from the pit crew. Obviously, Pyromithra from the fossil fuels and Corrin from the energy source. Technically want the energy source to get through, but Pyromithra managed to get the assist trophy 0, who we saw a lot in the last tournament, and that managed to knock Corrin straight out. So Pyromithra goes straight through, and that is what? 7 games unbeaten now? As they are on 11 for 4, which puts them in 11th. So excellent fighters there. And Corrin, who carries on losing for the energy source, is 53rd. So next up, that will be a fossil fuel versus fossil fuel with Pyromithra versus Cloud, which again are both in the pit crew. So Rachel stacking up the wins here, which is helping you quite a bit. Shall I say? Nah, I'll keep you waiting until the end. I know you'll watch till the end. Thank you. Anyway, Wii Fit Trainer versus Lucina. Wii Fit Trainer who beats Snake. We don't like people beating Snake, so we could do with seeing Lucina win here. That'd be a win for Mega Drive and for Magnum Condoms as well. So it's got to be Lucina. Let's go. And is that? No, it's not the last Gumtech fighter through, because obviously Isabelle is through. But we have lost the Cosmo Vipers. We have lost. Could lose the Cockadoodle Doo tier if Wii Fit Trainer loses. And we've lost the Shroom Dogs. I think that's everyone. Oh, they're not the energy source, because Pac-Man and Banjo have to fight. We'll still have one fighter left. But anyway, Lucina is struggling here, which we hate to see. So, come on, Lucina. Wii Fit Trainer is definitely in control here. He's probably going to pick up that hammer. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, no, Lucina was about to pick it up, but got hit by the Fly Swatter, and that was inevitable. And Wii Fit Trainer wins quite easily, actually. We've seen a struggle there. Goes for 33rd. That's the 3rd time 33's come up, obviously. Lucina, 14 for 14. Bit of an average fighter. And Wii Fit Trainer actually goes above Lucina now. And is in 32nd. Again, no one's dream team. It was in quite a few last year. I think it was in 4. Anyway, Energy Source versus Energy Source. And we've got Pac-Man. And a much needed win here for Boom Makalaka, who has Banjo and Kazooie. And obviously so do you, Ash, who you also need a win. Just sit down a little bit. As for Chode and Jamie. Oh, no, Jamie, you're doing well. Who have you got? Toon Link. Oh, yeah. Jamie, Toon Link and Pac-Man could do some good here if they get through. Chode, you've slipped quite a bit as well. Oh, we've got 4 teams who are on 47, by the way, so that is very up and down in that place there. Yeah, our number 1 team, Karaoke Kings, has no one left. Everyone is out there. And Roy still has... I think it's just Roy the Boy. It's just Roy the Boy. So, Star Wars could take the lead here if Roy the Boy wins this tourney. Huge ask. And at the moment, Banjo is struggling against Pac-Man, who is one of the best Beta League fighters at this point. But a Warp Star there for Banjo could be useless. Could have been good, but it wasn't. Banjo's fighting badly. He's picked up an Abra, which is like a... just teleports him around the screen. I'm not going to bring up an extra bit for that. But Banjo is getting moved around a lot. And Pac-Man keeps hitting him with those twisters. That's it for Banjo. Pac-Man was in total control there. So I'm not shocked. 6 for 6 for Banjo, who's now in 34th. And Pac-Man, who, like I said, is fighting really well in this tourney. 18 for 13. And is also the 10th best fighter this series. Just so you know. Oh no, the 10th most improved fighter, actually. That was completely wrong. Let me go back to that. Pac-Man is the 3rd best fighter in this series. So, go Pac-Man. Who's now in 17th, by the way. Moving up the ranks. Yeah, Pac-Man is our 3rd best fighter. Who's the other two in front? Pyramithra are in 2nd. And King K. Rool is in 1st. So, all of the Beta League fighters absolutely dominating at the moment. And we have Isabelle versus Rob. The No Dream Teamers. Meh. Meh, meh, meh. But Isabelle for the Gum Tech is ranked 31st and Rob is ranked 16th for the Red Robots. And again, Rob must be quite high up. Rob's 7th, so Rob is in the top 8 of this series so far. So most of the time when I'm saying about ranks, that's the overall rank. So I barely mention where they are this series. And that's because there's only one accolade for it, which is the Spartan accolade, which obviously at the moment belongs to King K. Rool. Unless Pyramithra have an absolute blinder of a tourney, but we'll see. And so far, Isabelle is looking to absolutely decimate Rob at the moment. That's a little dog, if you can hear it. That's Jupiter. Jupes. He's a good boy. Anyway, there is a star there. I don't know the name of it. I should probably learn the name of it because that is a chaotic item. Too late. Isabelle wins. Yeah. I've got not much to say about that. Unlucky Rob, 17 for 13. And Isabelle is 15 for 13. Moves up to 28th. Well done to Isabelle. Bad times for Rob. How does that help our rankings? Oh, the Red Robots are still first by 2 points, so well done to them. And they still have one fighter, and we know that is. It's Roy the Boy versus Toon Link, which is an epic battle, as I love both of these guys. So Toon Link for Gorilla Limon and Roy for the Red Robots. The Red Robots' last fighter in it. The dudes who are second do have Wii Fit Trainer, so Roy the Boy needs to win this for the robots to maintain some sort of lead. Oh, great little combo there. Another great combo. Making life difficult for Toon Link, who is in Magnum Condoms and When Life Gives You Lemons, I believe, from last time. And Roy needing this to catch up with Benny P and the Karaoke Kings. They are only 2 points ahead at this point. No. I don't know. I like Toon Link. I don't want to root against him, but it's Roy the Boy. Whoa, there's a dragon. I don't know whose dragon that is, by the way. The combos are crazy at the moment. Hey, the dragon seems to be against Roy the Boy, but Roy the Boy's struggling to survive here. Oh my god. How is he alive? He keeps missing that cannon. If he landed that cannon, Toon Link would be dead. Roy the Boy is out. No! He was fighting so well. 5 for 14. He was against all the odds there. At least he's not last. He's in 62nd now, so he has a little bit of dignity. Okay, I'm over it. Toon Link, you're next. I like you. 7 for 5. And is now 28th. Has moved up 1 rank there. But great news for Gorilla Limon, who... That's their last fighter. And this will be the last Fossil Fuels fighter here. And that is between Cloud and Pyro Mithra. Pyro Mithra, who... I should have a look. Because in 11th, they are 2 wins away from being an all-star. So they're catching up with King K. Rool, which is mad. And let's see what happens here, because obviously Cloud is having a bit of a great tournament. And is carrying on doing so, as he's fighting extremely well against Pyro Mithra. But that's a good hit there from our reigning champs. There's that star again. The level's too small. Cloud jumped in it, which means Cloud is back. That star is literally evil. I need to know the name of it. I will find it at some point, but it zooms a player up in the air, and most of the time it kills them. So it's an awful item. Anyway, Cloud, 10 for 14, which means back into relegation. Yeah, 51st for Cloud now. And Pyro Mithra go through as their 8th victory in a row, 12 for 4, and are now ranked in 10th. Which puts them amongst the likes of Kirby and Sheik. Puts them bang in the middle. And Sheik's actually gone down a rank because of Pyro Mithra, who in this tournament have gone up 8 places. Huge improvement. And Pac-Man's gone up 9, so that's pretty awesome as well. Wii Fit Trainer's gone up 7, so all of these fighters have had some massive increase here. But we look at Pac-Man, the last remaining energy source, versus the last remaining cockadoodle dude, who needs this to be above the red robots. Or joint points, but technically above. However, come on energy source, let's go Pac-Man. Chode and Jamie, I'm on your side, which is usually a bad thing, but let's see what happens. Okay, an assist trophy there for Wii Fit Trainer. Let's try and find who the assist trophy is. It's too late, Pac-Man's dead. Ah, for God's sake. Okay, Wii Fit Trainer, 15 for 13, is now 30th. And Pac-Man loses. Gutted. Goes down to 21st. So we have 2 fighters who are in Ultimate Dream Teams and 2 fighters who aren't. And a crazy thing that I've just noticed is Wii Fit Trainer getting through faces Pyro Mithra in a Crystal League match, which is an Opal League match, and neither Wii Fit Trainer or Pyro Mithra have a win yet, so not that exciting, but I look forward to that. Anyway, first up is Isabel versus Toon Link, and come on, everyone here should be rooting for Toon Link, who is 1 rank above Isabel, so this is pretty close. But we've got Gumtech versus Gorilla Limon. Come on, Toon Link, let's go. For the likes of TL, When Life Gives You Lemons, Jamie and Jaff, who have both moved up the ranks pretty quickly. Very close at the moment. I feel like Isabel's fighting better. Come on, TL. He's landed on the turtle. This is a great level. You don't see this level enough. TL can't... I was going to say can't seem to land an attack, but has. Get the assist trophy. Okay, gets the assist trophy, which is that big bird. Which I need to find out what that's called. Preferably before someone dies. It's called Borrowing Snagrel from Pikmin. Emerges from the ground and wildly pecks at opponents, then hides underground before reappearing at another location. I've forgotten that name again. Borrowing Snagrel. Who comes up with these names? Anyway, Isabel has her final smash. Come on, Toon Link, don't let her use it. Picks up that little cannon. She's used her final smash. Come on, survive, TL, survive. I hate Isabel so much. And here she is, getting through to the final again. Ranked 25th now as well. Anyway, I bet she becomes a pro and ends up at the bloody energy swords. That's just my luck. Toon Link, however, 7 for 6. My man in 30th. Isabel in the final again, by the way. She's already got a silver medal this series. No one picked her, remember. So all that's left now is Pyra Mithra, who is in Rachel's team, the pit crew. Obviously, you guys know that because Pyra Mithra won last time. So can they continue their winning ways against Wii Fit Trainer for the Cockadoodle Dudes in an Opal League Crystal match? But not an exciting one because none of them have a win yet. But it's the start of something. And this is a great level. It has invisible walls. And it looks really cool when there's a hit stop. However, at the moment, Wii Fit Trainer is smashing, by the way. Pyra not being able to land an attack at all. Wii Fit Trainer is causing issues from all around the board. Oh man, Pyra. Needs that final smash. Oh my god. The wall has been destroyed. Okay, Pyra has an attack. Gets the final smash. Needs to use this. Uses it. And hits Wii Fit Trainer. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill her. So, all eyes on that at the moment. It does do some serious damage. Doesn't kill. But could give them a way back in. That's a big hit. Not big enough. Pyra Mithra are on their way back here. There is a hammer there. That would be game over. Okay, Wii Fit Trainer is going to win that. Ah, fuck. Okay. Wii Fit Trainer 16 for 13 is 26th. Oh man, that sucks. Pyra Mithra 12 for 5, now in 11th. So not moved down too much. Obviously as well, Wii Fit Trainer wins that Crystal League match in a very sad and disappointing fight. Which means that the final is between Yawnfest 1 and Yawnfest 2. Isabel for the Gum Tech, who is 25th, versus Wii Fit Trainer, who's 26th. Oh man. The dudes are obviously top now. And the Gum Tech have moved above the Shroom Dogs, which they did ages ago. But could potentially move on the same points as the Cosmo Vipers if they get a win here. But at this point, who cares? Who cares? The damage is done. So yeah, the Ultimate Dream Team's here? None. That's the kind of final this is. It's the way it goes, guys. It's the way it goes. Let's just listen to the door. It's gone silent now. Okay, so at the moment, very even. That was a close semi-final though, by the way. Wii Fit Trainer started so well, but Pyra tried to turn it around and was close. Again, showing what a good fighter Pyra and Mithra are. And for Ultimate Dream Team, has managed to get Rachel 12 points, so it would officially be the highest E-tier fighter above Richter now. So, good pick there. Good pick, Rachel. Good pick. I don't know what the worst outcome was going to be there, in fairness. However, if there's one thing's for sure, is that I can't stand Isabel. And she's won. There's nothing to be joyous about it. 17 for 13. Isabel's now 22nd. And is the Gumtech's third best fighter at this point. Wii Fit Trainer, losing, goes down to 29th. And that's that one, guys. That was Beta League number 6. In a very exciting tournament throughout. Great energy. That just ended on a bum. It's like England losing the World Cup. Euros final. Not World Cup. Euros final again. It's that kind of energy, you know. That sadness. Let's not go to the archives. No, let's go to the archives. I'm not that sad. Come on, let's go. had time to recover. So now we can actually talk about what's going on. So looking at the fighters' overall ranks, and obviously we're going to focus on Beta League fighters. King K. Rool going out in the first round has suffered a big dent in his hopes to be an all-star for next series. With only 2 tournaments remaining, who knows what could happen there. Good to see someone like Pyro Mithra though going up 7 ranks and looking like they could intervene. But we'll see what happens there. Rob, Pac-Man, Isabel, all of them guys now in C tier. Isabel moving up 15 ranks. That's what happens when someone wins. That's how far they can go up. It's crazy. And even Rob doing extremely well and moving up 4. We Fit Trainer moving up 9. Well done. Toon Link 6. I'm not just going to go for everyone. But obviously we always go to the bottom to see who's surviving and who's not. And they're in F tier. Snake's moved down 2 ranks, which means that Snake was in E tier, now in F. So Snake needs to watch himself or he's going to be in relegation, which is awful. Incineroar finally got a win. I think it was 1 win. Moved up 2 places. Ken's moved down quite a bit now after Ken died within like record timing. Cloud has managed to move his way up 3 places with a pretty good tournament. Maybe a bit too late. Same for Jigglypuff, who's also moved up 3. And probably the biggest news is that Roy the Boy is no longer last and is safely in 62nd now, as he's gone above Diddy Kong and Wolf, who, like I've said, is still yet to win a fight. Duck Hunt, Greninja, Lucas, all of those guys looking in trouble. Young Link and Peach haven't moved. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the fighting rank. Now, as for this series, and like I said, I don't show this a lot, and that's who wins the Spartan Accolade. You can see there, the best this series has been King K. Rool. Obviously had that crystal win, because without that, Pyro and Mithra would definitely be in charge there, as they have been pretty damn awesome. All these fighters you're used to seeing in Series 2, King Dedede, Byleth, Richter, Pac-Man, Isabel, and later on Ganondorf, who didn't start too well, but has been doing well. With Villager there close behind. Yeah, and that's it for this series. Let's have a look at the series been the worst. Let's pick on them for a little bit. Wolf, obviously Peach. Marth and Roy from the Alpha League, as well as Palutena. Obviously we knew DK and Luigi from the Alpha League were doing bad. Falco, Fox, Jigglypuff. Who else? Incineroar and Snake in those real low down positions. They were like they were the 2 highest ranked Beta League fighters, and now they're nowhere to be seen. So they really got to do better if we want to see some results there. Going over to the team ranking. What's going down there? Okay, so the Red Robots are joint first still with the Cockadoodle Dudes. Not much movement. But the Gumtech have safely overtaken Shroom Dogs thanks to a win from Isabel. Puts them on level points with the Cosmo Vipers. I want to have a look really and see where the Gumtech came last time. Let's find a Gumtech fighter. Because I can't really remember. Gumtech? No? None of these guys? No? Anyone? No? Ah, there you go, Pokemon Trainer. So the Gumtech, if you see here, this is Series 1. Oh, don't know why I did that. Oh, it's done it again. Maybe I've zoomed in too much. Okay, let's try that. There we go. So the Gumtech last series come 5th, and they are 5th again. So not much is actually changing at the moment. But yeah, that's that one. A new little interesting thing there for everyone to see. Oh, I've shown it before. It's not that exciting. And before we go to the Ultimate Dream Team, let's have a quick look at the Crystal Leagues, as there has been a few changes. So nothing for the Amethyst League. Obviously it is quite dry. You've got Diddy Kong, Fox, Pac-Man and Dark Samus, who managed to avoid each other. There was a Citra League match as Toon Link faced off against Wario, but Wario missed off on an opportunity there to get his 4th fight, which winning the Crystal League could help Wario get out of relegation quite easily. Obviously Duck Hunt as well is on 3 and still doing pretty well. Snake! Obviously I've mentioned this during the tournament, but Snake himself really struggling to face off against them, but it could turn around. All it has, we've got 2 more opportunities and Snake could land right on Corin, Cloud or Ken, and we'd love to see all of that really, wouldn't we? love to see a snake land on any of them. But yeah, so it's been like this all series, so fingers crossed that something can come out of that. The Obsidian League's pretty dry. Obviously, the Opal League, Wii Fit Trainer got that win against Pyro and Mithra, who have now failed to win 2 Crystal League matches against Wii Fit Trainer and Banjo and Kazooie. The Ruby League is still Zelda, Olimar and Byleth. Very big fighters there with Olimar and Byleth for sure. The Sapphire League sees Sonic still on 3. Favourite to win that. And then the Topaz League with the Ice Climbers on 4 as well, and still waiting for that crucial face-off against Palutena, Shake or Robin. And obviously, if that happens, I'm going to scroll back to the top. Ice Climbers would get +5, which at the moment would put them back to being an all-star. So there they are. They're on 3 in total, +5 there, and the win. So if they got the win, they'd get that. So +6, they'd be all-star again. So that's how quickly that could change if Ice Climbers managed to get that win. Anyway, finally over to the Ultimate Dream Team, in which we have a little bit of movement, but not much. Roy has caught up Benny P and is only 2 points behind now. A great little performance there from Roy the Boy, who's now on 4 wins this series. King K. Rule still in 3rd, very cemented in that place. But we have a new 4th to 7th, and that is Jamie, when Life Gives You Lemons, in 4th place. And Magnum Condoms, Jaff, coming out of nowhere, moving up 2 places and into 5th place. Did I say 5th already? I said it again. Chode now moving down 2, so it's gone from 4th to 6th. And Jimmy from Mega Drive, who had a very bad Alpha League tournament and not the best Beta League tournament. I mean, it was okay, but not as good as the others who have moved up. Ash, you've remained in 8th. Rachel for the pit crew now, thanks to an awesome performance once more from, Pyro, Mithra, Corin and Cloud all had pretty good performances. Has moved up 3 places. You're now in the top 10. And SP remains in 10th. But Nathan and Thud, you guys have moved down, unfortunately, to 11th and 12th. Makawewe still stuck there in 13th, needing just one fighter to win you a tournament. That's all I'm praying for at this stage. The Wonder Boys and Team Nuggets still struggling. Molly now 5 points behind the Wonder Boys, so that is a real struggle. However, Molly do have Ice Climbers, so if Ice Climbers get that +5/6, then that'll put you above Oz, who's also having not the best tournament. So that's how it stands at the moment, guys. It's pretty close there. It would have been great to see Star Wars climb the table with a Roy the Boy win, but you know, winning 2 was more than we could ever pray for. So until next time, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this. I appreciate you guys watching this. Only 4 tournaments remaining, so hold on to your chairs, because shit's about to go down there. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next Alpha League. See you later.